pray thee from thy servant, let a little, please come and get water in my, I pray you be fetched and wash your feet and rest yourselves under the tree. How can you tell the Lord to rest? How can you tell the angels to rest? Come on, somebody, rest. Oh my God. And I will fetch a morsel of bread and comfort ye your hearts. After that ye shall pass on. And therefore are ye come to your servant. And they said, so do as thou hast said. And Abraham hastened. And if we go down with this chapter, we realize they feasted. They feasted with Abraham. A calf was fetched, and it was given unto a young man in Hassan, and dressed. It was dressed. Verse number 8, and he took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them, and he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. Angels, the Lord and angels sat down and ate. And if you go down in that chapter, you realize that now these angels now gave Sarah a prophecy, say, you will beget a son. And Sarah laughed, say, I'm old. I can't do operation. I'm old. They are giving, and they ate. And in my I once said, these angels did not arrive at the tent, flying all over. They were walking on their feet, and they sat and they feasted. And people were around Abraham, saw the man. You understand? Then from there, now we see the Lord having a conversation with Abraham, saying, I am going to Sodom. I am going to burn everybody. And now Abraham is saying, no, there are 50 righteous men there. There will be 50 righteous men there. And the Lord said, okay, if I find even 10, I will not burn Sodom. Because the Lord said there was no one righteous in Sodom. But then, guess what? Guess who dwelled in Sodom? Lot. Lot was... He dwelled just in a place near Sodom. That you need to get it right. Lot did not actually live in Sodom. His place was near Sodom. But the angels went to Sodom, and when they met Lot. They met Lot in Sodom, and Lot was a generous and hospitable man. And he had learned his generosity and his hospitality from Abraham. So he was actually imitating the goodness of Abraham towards the angels. And guess what? When the angels got in Lot's house, the Sodomites actually surrounded the house of Lot, wanting to actually harass the strangers. And they came to Lot, they said, where are the men who came in your house? Bring them, show them unto us. Why? They wanted to abuse the angels. And guess what? The angels smite the people, the Sodomites who were on the door, with blindness, so that they could not find the door. And it seems as if Lot was saved from the wrath of God because of his generosity, because of his hospitality that he had learned, and it learned from Abraham. It seemed as if Lot was saved because of his imitation of goodness that he had learned from Abraham. The generosity and hospitality that he showed the angels. It seemed as if that's actually what saved him. And what we see there, Lot was saved with his 2 daughters and wife. His wife did not actually get fully saved. She looked back. She looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt. She refused to take instructions. So I want you to know that there is something with generosity. There is something with being generous. There is something with being generous to people that you do not know. Talking about the story of Rahab. Rahab was saved from a war in Jericho because she showed kindness and generosity to the 2 spies who were sent by Joshua. And now, of course, I will actually talk about that story as well, because I know Rahab is talked about in the New Testament, that she was saved through a faith, the works was saved, this and that and that. But I want to actually talk about this story of the 2 spies and Rahab, that there is a bigger story. There is also a bigger story about the spies and Joshua and the whole, the city of Jericho falling down. So it's not just about Rahab being saved and repenting. There is also something deeper than that. So I want you to get off this channel, whatever you're watching right now. I want you to, whatever you're watching from, or we are watching on, I want you to get off and just be generous to someone. Go out there and give some love. Just say, hey, how are you? If someone approaches you and asks for something, take time. Some people actually don't want, it's not that they actually want the things they're asking for. No, they want a conversation. And maybe they are angels. Welcome angels in your life. Welcome strangers. Show generosity to strangers. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers in your life. Don't buy this whole nonsense of saying, oh, the number of bombs and whatever in the world is increasing, terrorists, whatever. Of course, people deal with that. That's why we have the Ministry of Defense and whatever, terror, counter-terrorism. Let them deal with that. For us, we will continue to love strangers. I thank you all. God bless you.